Hello and welcome to When They Popped. I'm Kelsey.
And I'm Mary, and today we're welcoming Matt Bloyd, singer, songwriter, friend of the pod, and Y2K pop culture enthusiast. Matt has an incredible new EP coming out on May 8th called A Part of Me, with songs co-written by Tori Kelly, and a Britney Spears cover featuring McLean of the Backstreet Boys on background vocals. We're going to dive into all of that. But first, we're going to revisit TRL's all-time top 10 countdown from their final episode in 2008. When TRL ended, they didn't do a regular countdown. They ranked the 10 most iconic music videos for the show's entire run. And who better to go through this list with someone who loves this era as much as we do? Matt Bloyd, welcome to When They Popped.
Hi, girls. Thanks for having me. This is so exciting. I am just like smiling and beaming over here.
We are so excited to have you. You are so much fun. Before we dive into TRL, I have to share our origin story, how we became friends, because it's actually really fun. And it's another reason why you're a perfect person for this episode. But correct me if I'm wrong. You discovered us through our episode with your dear friend, Rochelle McLean. And I'm pretty sure you DM'd the pod about the story I told about listening to Play and being like nervous to like play. And I had to like go to the store to buy the CD. And none of my friends thought it was cool, so I said I was buying it for my younger cousin. And I remember you DM'd me being like, Play forever. And then we started messaging about Play and voice noting about Play, and the rest is history. Do I have that correct?
Yes, I think I shared the clip of Ro on the podcast because I was so happy that she did it. And I just loved your guys' episode, which you talked about. I just adore her. She has been a dear, dear close friend for many years now and has just always championed me. The whole McLean family has. And I was just so excited. And yes, that part in the episode, I was like, wait, we must discuss Play. Because my heart to this day loves Play. Great rhyme there. I like bump them like they are, like I'm not listening to 12-year-old girls, like, because they were older than me, so they still feel so much older than me. But sometimes I'm like, I'm fully bumping children in this car right now.
I know.
Feel that way about Dream Street, too.
Oh
I listen to them and I'm like, they're so older than me. And I'm like, wait, they're 10.
They're babies.
Like, I've literally been driving down the street, you guys, and like had it cranked and been like, I'm going to turn this down because if somebody looks over it, I'm like, there is no one else. Then I'm just like at the top of my lungs singing along with 12-year-old girls. They're going to be like, that man should be stopped.
Oh my God. Never stop. I feel like you have to tell our listeners about your like Y2K pop culture memorabilia room.
Well, yes. It has been a dream my entire life to have my little room full of all the things that have inspired my artistry, my life. All three of us grew up in such an amazing time. And, you know, I didn't get to collect the stuff that I wanted when I was little. So now that we have adult money, now I'm like, this is going on display. And so I've shown you, Mary, I have a little corner of Play. I have, of course, a lot of Brit stuff. Britney Spears is my girl,
Yep.
Beyonce. I have a whole girl group shelf, actually, because girl groups are my jam, y'all. Destiny's Child, who's TLC is up there. It's just been such a treat and so like inner child healing to like collect the things, again, maybe I wasn't allowed to have as a kid. I was never allowed to have Britney Spears anything. It feels like curating a museum.
I'm obsessed. So not only are you a Y2K fan, but you have an incredible background. You've sung background vocals for Lady Gaga, Billie Eilish, Dua Lipa. You've worked with Alex from the Backstreet Boys, and now you're getting ready to release your EP this Friday, and we're going to get into that. But first, let's start with TRL. Can you tell us a memorable TRL moment for you, or just, you know, its impact on you? We need to hear about this.
I just remember coming home and wanting to put it on so bad, like every day. I don't even remember what time it would be on every day. It's probably some iconic, like 3 p.m. I have such vivid memories of turning on and seeing, like, I remember when Brit was on there promoting, it would have been Oops, where she teaches the boy the dance and he already knows it. And she's like, you already know it. I mean, so iconic. Those are the memories that stick out to me and like wanting to go so bad. It's been so cool to like connect with folks as an adult who are like, oh yeah, I grew up in New Jersey and my mom used to like drive me after school to go like stand outside. I'm like, that is my actual dream. Like, it's just the center of everything for me.
What would you say TRL's impact is on like pop culture today? Like, if you were not on that countdown, you were not it. You were not in.
Yeah. And I think it really was such a beautiful time for music videos. I mean, in the early 2000s, we had about 20 years of really great music video making. But there was something about that push that obviously record labels and artists wanted to be seen on TRL. And there was this kind of, I won't say like a renaissance, but I guess that's a good word of music videos that were so creative and it's so impactful and truly took the songs to the next level in a way that we don't really see anymore. And of course, some of these in the top 10 that we're going to talk about, which I'm so excited, come to mind of these just really like iconic and story driven music videos. It really was the epicenter of like music.
So grateful that we were fortunate enough to like grow up in that era because I can't even imagine not having that. So let's dive into it. Top 10. I was conflicted if I want to do 10 to 1 or 1 to 10, but let's do 1 to 10. And starting off
at number 1.
Starting at number, I can't put B last. She has to be first. So number 1's Britney Spears, Baby One More Time. Britney was only 16 years old in this music video. This was what made her kind of explode into the stratosphere. Not only was that schoolgirl outfit immediately a thing after this, but the pigtails, the white pants and the pink sports bra, just the incredible choreography. This video was ranked at number 4 on a list of the 10 most controversial music videos by AOL in 2011, if you can wrap your mind around that. But Rolling Stone placed Baby One More Time at number 30 on its list of 100 greatest music videos of all time, which I think is more fitting. Matt, talk to us about your feelings about this video.
Okay, buckle up, everybody. No, when you asked me about my memories of TRL, I was pretty young when the baby came out, but I just remember that is the impact I remember is seeing that video and seeing her in the pigtails and in the schoolgirl outfit, which she's not even in for that long in the video. It's really just that first chorus and then she's in the it's funny that 2 of the 3 looks from that video got a doll made. The yellow and the schoolgirl outfit, obviously. But yeah, I just remember thinking it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. And what I love about that video now is that was all Brit's idea. Like, they had this other concept for her, Nigel Dick directed, and they had like a space thing, which kind of did come back later for Oops. It was more like Power Ranger space is what I've read and what I've been told. And she just was like, I'm a 16-year-old girl. Like, me and my girls want to just, tie our shirts up and be cute and dance in the hallways of a school. And just like that, like super simple, concept is so, I was going to say beautiful, which seems dramatic, but
no, it is.
Was impactful because it was just genuine to her. And I think that's what everybody says about Brit, especially from those times, is like she was coming up with everything and like just what felt natural to her. And like they didn't have a stylist for that video. She literally was like, well, we should wear a school out, maybe let's wear this. It was such a group effort. And Fee has told this, her assistant, Felicia Collada, has told this story publicly, but like they didn't even have the budget to cast a teacher. And Brit said, well, Fee will do it. And not to tell Fee's story, but and she's spoken on this publicly, but like they literally went down to, I think it was like a Salvation Army across the street from Venice High School where they filmed. They ran in, found this like matching suit set and threw it on Fee so she could be the principal. And I think that's why it's so impactful, because it was just so real and not overthought. And this is a funny story too. They didn't really have like a love interest for her to sing to. And her cousin was there and they said, well, just put him there and she'll just sing.
Chad. Chad.
Crazy. I mean, it sounds more crazy than it really was, because they were just like, we need somebody to sit there and for her to sing to. And all of that to say, it just makes it so perfect and iconic. And can we just talk about for 5 seconds how it's really not even that controversial? They just like really put her through the ringer for that video. She's just being a kid. Like, what are you guys talking about?
And I mean, you brought up Fee, you brought up Felicia, Britney's longtime assistant, bestie, partner in crime. You're very close with Fee. How did you guys form such a close relationship? Tell us about your friendship.
Oh my God. First of all, I adore that woman. She is just a light on this earth, an angel walking among us. And we got connected through a mutual friends. They're twins, Twin Sauce, who dance online. And we went to lunch and it was just like, boom, instant. And I'm so grateful, again, for the angel presence, the angelic presence that she is in my life. She has been a huge champion of me as well, helped me, with my career, but truthfully has just been such a good friend. Yeah. And of course she knows I love Brit and she loves it. Like the other day we were talking and she goes, yeah, we were on tour for something. She went, Matt, what tour was I on?
You knew.
Oh, I do. And I
Onyx
said,
Hotel.
Dream Within a Dream tour, because she said the one with the music box, because that's how she
Oh,
remembers it, was the big music when Brit came out, the
yeah.
music box. And I was like, Dream Within a Dream, 2001, 2002. And she was like, that's it. We just had a giggle. And that's all we do. We just giggle and have just the best times. And yeah, like I said, I'm so grateful for her.
We've heard nothing but wonderful things, and she seems like truly a wonderful human. Kelsey, anything to add for baby?
We've had Joseph Kahn on the podcast, and he revealed a piece of lore that we didn't even know about, that he originally wrote a treatment for this music video, and he wanted a giant robot to be in it. And they were like, no, we don't want the robot. And he's like, fine, then I'm walking. Like, what a miss.
That is, the giant robot is so specific.
I know.
He was like really into anime at the time and like loved like the schoolgirl like fighting the robot image. So we had never heard that. That was like new to me, that he walked away from the project, and that could have been like such an early career win for him. Every time I watch that music video, I'm like, where does the robot come in?
And again, I think they kind of recycled the concept for Oops when she's like on Mars. Obviously, it's a little different. But that is an amazing piece of lore. I did not know. I need to go listen to her episode, because what a legend.
Fun fact. We also had Tanya Barron on. She's one of Brit's early dancers, and she tells some stories about this time. And I think I remember her saying it was also kind of like, it just kind of happened, like you said. But it just kind of fell into place, and that's what makes it so authentic. And I think we can all agree this is a pretty good choice for number one on this countdown.
I mean, yeah. And I think that era, again, is kind of what kicked TRL off, because you had to tune in to see the music videos. That's where you saw them. We didn't have YouTube yet. Do you girls remember like the early days of AOL video?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was
AOL sessions.
AOL sessions. Oh my God. That predated YouTube. AOL video is the first time that's how I saw like the Dirty music video, which I'm getting ahead of myself because the countdown continues, because we were not allowed to watch that one.
No.
Not to get ahead of myself, but
was at a friend's house.
My cousin's house.
Yes.
Without my aunt and uncle knowing. Oh, yeah.
That's why TRL felt so urgent. You had to be in front of your TV. My sister and I, she would call in for NSYNC. I would call in for Backstreet Boys. I'd be like, I'm going to murder you in your sleep.
Oh, I love that. Wait, oh my God. Okay, so are you girlies, Backstreet girlies, or NSYNC girlies? I might know the answer, but I just want to ask.
Backstreet,
all the way.
100%. Like,
all the way.
1,000,000,000%.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I grew up loving both, but definitely was more of a Backstreet boy. They were first too, and so we like had that first album, and then I just remember NSYNC coming out and being like, oh my God, this is great too. But Backstreet always did have my heart. And now, of course, is the number one and has my heart. So
we love them all now. But back then it felt I think TRL probably helped stoke those flames of competition, if you will.
Yeah, totally. And it was all for the betterment of like the hype around it. Same with like the Britney Christina of it all. Like, did I love Brit? Was she my number one? Yeah, but I also, as like a singer, I also loved Christina's voice and loved her too. But, it was such a similar thing. And I'm like, we had it so good.
And it was a collective experience. Everyone was tuning in at the same time. And I'm with you. I wanted to be one of those people holding a poster outside with a naked cowboy so bad.
Oh, wait, yeah.
When they go to the wall and they give the little wave and they're like, wow, look at everybody down there. I was like, I want to be there.
No, like I remember thinking like, what does one have to do? Like, how do you get there?
People don't understand the impact. Like I have some younger coworkers, I mentioned TRL, and they kind of give me like a blank look. And I was like, you don't know what TRL
You don't
is,
get
do
it.
you? And I was trying to explain to them that this was our cultural cornerstone. Like as a teen, this is what told you what was cool. This is how you saw what people were wearing. This was the only glimpse into the personalities of the celebrities that you loved, because they were doing like daytime TV when we were at school. Like this was for teens, like Carson Daly of it all. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Should we go into number 2 on our countdown?
Yes.
I was kind of surprised by this one.
Yes.
Yeah, no, me too. That was actually really surprised.
It's the real Slim Shady from 2000. This is the one where there's all those Eminem clones. Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? I don't think it's aged very well. It takes place in like a mental institution asylum. He portrays Britney in a very unfavorable way. Just kind of, I never really got the Eminem love because I hated how he treated all my pop goddesses.
Right.
But what were your thoughts now and then about this video?
Oh, I think if you would have asked me like a week ago before we talked about doing this, I would have been like, isn't Kathy Griffin in that music video? That's like the
Yes.
one thing that I
Wait,
like a
Matt,
like,
I have such a good story about Kathy Griffin. So she recently shared that they approached her to do this nurse scene in the music video. She's like, does the opener where it's
Yeah.
like, hello, your attention,
Yes.
please.
Yeah.
And she shared that she was offered $500 to do the music video. And she was like, F you guys. Like, I want 10K. I'm an actress. And they're like, okay. And then she's filming it on set. And she's like, by the way, like this video was directed by Dr. Dre. And Kathy introduced herself to Dr. Dre. And she was like, okay, like, what's the tea? Like, why am I here? Like, whose idea was it to reach out to me? And
Yeah.
Dr. Dre tells Kathy Griffin that Snoop Dogg referred her because they
What?
filmed a segment. And he said, oh, Kathy's really cool and really great. You should work with her. Isn't that like a dream blood rotation of celebrities?
Also, like the true like beauty of Hollywood. I mean, there's not much you can call beautiful about Hollywood, but like it's really just being like, yo, this girl's cool. You should have her on your, but like no other prerequisite. Not that because she's funny, because she fits a part, or she's really great with like improv. No, she's just a girl I did a segment with and you should do it. That was like the one thing I could have told you about that video. I actually forgot that he made fun of Brit in it until I rewatched it. And I remembered, and it instantly came back, Kelsey, that I didn't like it either because I felt like it was not nice. Like the little,
Felt mean.
the little like nice boy in me as a young person was like, I don't feel like he should be making fun of her like that.
And it won Video of the Year at the VMAs.
It did,
and it's
that's
like,
right.
what the hell?
To be honest, I don't know if I know the full lore into like why he didn't like Brit. I'll probably read all about it online. I just haven't given it the energy.
I don't think there's probably a really good reason. You know, I feel like he was anti-boy band, anti-pop girly, you know, and then there may have been some like drama because he portrayed Christina using a sex doll in this music video. Britney, he dressed as Britney. He used a sex doll for Christina, which seems almost, you know, even worse. Matt, did you hear Christina's like response to this? Like when she recorded like a clapback song to it. Did you ever hear that?
Wait, it's ringing a bell, but I'm not like recalling it. Like, give it
Sing
to
it
me.
for us, Mary.
Your song is on my nerves. Your song is on my nerves. You're probably something because you're getting more fame than you deserve. She like, yeah. I will not be singing background vocals on any EPs. But,
You're hired.
But I love that Christina was always the one to like, you went for her, she's going to come right back swinging.
Oh, well, I remember at the VMAs when they came out, that was what I thought. Maybe you were talking about when they came out. And I think the bit is, it's like, oh my God, there's so many amazing people here. Blah, 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 blah. And Rick goes, and Eminem. And Christina goes, anyway. Which I remember thinking like, oh, she got him. You couldn't tell me that wasn't the greatest diss. And then they cut to him in the audience and he's like, I think he looks mad, or I don't know. No, it's not 99. That's 2000, the amazing thing.
2000.
Yeah, because I think Brit performs the Oops, Can't Get Your Satisfaction, that same.
Ooh. Could talk about that for an hour, but I digress.
I'm being presumptuous here, but next time I'm on the pod, VMA performances, we'll like make like a top 5. Maybe we'll like brainstorm together and then reveal on the pod because there's so many good ones.
You're speaking our language.
Like the boys have a great one. I think it's 99, where they do Larger Than Life into I Want It That Way or reverse.
Ooh. Well, you brought up the boys, so let's talk about the boys because number 3 on this list, yes, a nice little segue. See what I'm doing here? Number 3 on this list, Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way. This is the iconic one at the airport hangar. We have the all-white outfits. Did you know this was styled by Rachel Zoe, by the way? I learned that today.
I did. You want to know
my God.
why? The other day with Haley Hill, who styled Brit in the early days. She styled everybody. She styled Aaron Carter, she styled the Backstreet Boys, Brit, NSYNC. She worked at Teen People. Anyway, she told me, she was like, yeah. And Rachel Zoe was like my assistant at the time because it was impossible to style something by yourself. You had to have people be brought on. And yeah, she's, you know, she would have assistants and then kind of like let them go and do their own thing. You know, a lot of really big names, Rachel Zoe being one. I mean, yeah, started off as assistants and it really does pave the way for you to, I think that's so cool. That's so like, I've used this phrase a couple of times now, this pod, like just championing one another of like putting each other on and like, okay, now go and style this video, which is so iconic for Rachel Zoe. And the video looks amazing. First of all, Tom Bradley Air Terminal at LAX. You would never be able to do that now. But it's just so crazy to see them like dancing in this place that I've been stressed flying. And I've always wondered, like, who are all these girls that got to be, like, I've never encountered somebody who was like, yeah, I was in that video.
So we have an episode with one of the girls.
Devin Daniels.
Oh my God.
She is the screaming one who goes, like, they zoom on her like 8 times. It's just like a close up of her screaming face.
Wait, oh my God, maybe we can talk about this off pod because I have questions. I'm like, did you know the song? Were you actually a Backstreet fan? Were you hired? I have so many questions. It's so iconic. I remember watching that video, you know, Baby, that video, and maybe like one other. I think I know which other. I have the vivid memory of watching on TRL, and that's really cool to me. It was just so special.
They don't make them like that anymore.
That's what I'm saying. We don't make videos like we used to. I just think labels and even artists themselves just put their money towards other things. And what's funny is I bet that, and this is definitely true for Baby One More Time, I bet that video it cost a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but like the elements of these videos we've talked about are not like super complex. There's not like a ton of CGI, crazy, huge, elaborate sets. I'm trying to think of even off the top of my dome, like the countdown that's come, like the rest we're going to talk about. They're all like a little simple.
Except the next one. But the rest of them are really simple. But pardon? Yeah, you know the next one.
Yeah.
So, okay, first question. Alex, AJ McLean is obviously in this video. He's a member of the Backstreet Boys. You're so close with him and Rochelle. Can you tell us how you've established that relationship? We'd love to learn more about that.
Yeah, I think the first time I met Alex was working with him, which was so crazy. Again, growing up as somebody who looked up to the boys. And, I remember being so young and seeing guys singing, dancing, and being like, oh, I want to do that. Like, I love that. There's a part of me that resonates with that. And so then work with him was so cool because, he's just the nicest, most down to earth. And his voice is just so iconic. Like, he started singing the first day we were in the rehearsal room, and I was like, this is crazy. Like, I tell him all the time, his voice it was amazing then, it's amazing now. It's like got better with age.
It's gotten better. It is at its prime, I feel like, right now.
Yes, I'm constantly like hyping. I'm like, Dad's giving vocals. Dad, I call him Dad sometimes. Like, Dad, you're giving vocals. And he's always like, oh my God, stop. But I worked with him, I sang backgrounds. And then he had me come sing at his Christmas party that year. And that's when I met Ro. And, I tell this story. It was like such a crazy like Christmas party. There was kids everywhere. They had Santa. And I saw Ro and I was like, I'm just going to go like thank her and like give her a hug. And I just feel like it's important to see people sometimes and to give that love. And it was like similar to when, that first lunch with Fee, it's crazy how life puts people in your path that you instantly connect with or that you just know that you're meant to be in each other's life. And it has never stopped since. Like, I was the last person to leave that party. I kept like, gotta go. We're on the couch with Elliot and Eric and like watching YouTube. Everybody else has left. And Alex was like, you're still here? Like, not in a bad way. Like, he was like, party with Matt, I guess. And I'm like, yeah, no, I gotta go. Like, I don't want to overstay. And they're like, no. And the girls are like, stay. And that just kicked us off for, many, many years of friendship. And the McLean family really does champion me in such a meaningful way that has just, again, I can't put into words how much it means because they're just truly the best people. And you've had Ro on the show. It's such a special friendship that I'm really grateful for.
Aw, that's such a beautiful story. And thank you so much for sharing that with us. Now, before we move on to number 4, how do we feel about Backstreet's placement on this and them being the first boy band on that list?
I think number 2, because I Want It That Way, arguably, is a much bigger song. Again, not to compare Despair, but like is a much more, I think, culturally impactful song than Slim Shady's, which is also, I'm not trying to shade another artist, but like in culture, like you hear that song all the time. Like I hear it in the store, I hear it at the airport.
All the time.
Yeah, it's funny you bring that up. I was surprised that they weren't number 2, but was grateful that they were.
Yeah. We would have had a problemo.
Yeah, we're Backstreet girls, okay?
Yes.
This is all the work that I did counteracting my sister's votes.
Kelsey, that is so funny. Like, it truly was your boots on the ground work. So thank you for your service.
On my back, I carried this TRL countdown.
Which is so cool, Kelsey, that you have that memory because that's really, it's important and it's special.
So
wait, how many times have you guys seen that?
I mean, I feel like I've been to the Spheres like 5 or 6 times, at least just the Sphere.
I think, Mary, you told me in text once. I just don't remember the number. I remember
kind of embarrassing.
It was like,
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
We're in the double digits.
Yeah.
Wait, of seeing them like in general?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what's so crazy is I've only ever seen them at the Sphere.
Well, what a great first show.
No, yeah, I got to go to opening night, which was so
were we.
I know. That we talked, I forgot. Yeah.
We talked about this. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
I
sorry.
love that we were all I forgot too. Like we were all in the same room. But yeah, it was so sweet of Alex and Ro to invite us, and I was blown away. I had never seen them. The Sphere is the coolest thing in the world. I'm still so blown away by it. Like we literally joked after the show, like, well, all concerts are ruined now. So
literally,
I'm never going to another show again.
Never again.
But funny enough, the next concert I saw like a couple weeks later, Alex and Ro took me and our friend Mark to go see Gaga at the Forum in LA. And we all like turned to each other because we all joked that we were never going to, like, every concert's going to suck now. But we all like turned like halfway through because Gaga is everything. Yeah. And we're like, okay, this was a great next concert to go to after Dad's.
After Dad's.
Now, okay, this was great. Like the drama, the production. It's not the Sphere. It's not the Voice of the Sphere. But
it'll do.
Still incredibly high.
Kind of forgot about that. That's so funny. We were all there at the same time. We'll have to all go again.
All right. Moving on to number 4, we have NSYNC's Bye Bye Bye. I mean, we can't deny. I remember seeing this and being like, oh, damn, that's a really good music video.
Bye Bye Bye. You can't deny. That's another rhyme for you.
Yeah.
I also have a very vivid memory of this music video. And I don't know if I remember it on TRL, but I remember it from the McDonald's VHS. Are y'all familiar? When they launched Hit Clips.
Oh my God, Hit Clips.
Oh, Hit Clips, yes. But
my original one from McDonald's is in the Maddie Museum. And it came with actually a Backstreet hit clip, I think, and then Britney for sure. But it's funny because the Happy Meal came with a VHS and a CD that was NSYNC and Brit. Y'all, I wore that VHS out.
A whole VHS in a Happy Meal?
Yes. I probably watched that VHS every day for like what felt like an eternity. It was 2 groups I loved. It was the first time I ever saw somebody sing in a studio because I would have been like 7. There's like a day in the life of Brit, and she goes around and she like goes to the studio, and then she goes to TRL actually and like answers phones and greets the people. And then Bye 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 for NSYNC, and then the making of the video is on there. And so I watched that one over and over again, and I remember thinking like Bye Bye Bye, but I'd never seen anything like that. And the fact that like they were like puppets and then they're on the train. I mean, that's one of those videos that I can like play in my head. Like when Justin like jumps down, he like looks up and laughs.
Spider-Man.
I remember thinking that you couldn't be cooler. The room tilting. That's how they filmed it, but they're like running up the walls. But there was the making of on the VHS where they're tilting this room. My 7-year-old brain could not fathom.
Blown.
I was blown away. This one is definitely imprinted on me for sure. And it's really because of that McDonald's VHS. But I love that I think it deserves its spot.
I think what makes Bye 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 such a cultural juggernaut is, yes, it's a fun video, but obviously the choreography. And we had Darren Henson on he was our first guest on the pod. And he told us all about the choreography. He got a VMA for it. He was about to like quit the industry, take a break when he got the call to do Bye Bye Bye. And we're just so grateful that he took that opportunity, that he did it. I mean, everyone knows that dance. So I feel like that was a huge piece of it.
Yeah, and all that love it just got from the Deadpool Wolverine movie. Like, there are people who know that dance because of that movie. But I think that's awesome. Like, that was all over TikTok. That is the TRL now, right? Like, that is what you tune in to get your fix.
Well, should we move to 5, you guys?
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, we are halfway through. We're trucking.
We have a couple that will probably require less commentary and critique, but these first ones have been important ones. So number 5's Dirty by Christina. You know, she's in the boxing underground club. She was making a huge departure from Genie in a Bottle. The chaps, the grime, the piercings. Parents were horrified. I was thrilled. The Halloween costume from this was born. It was directed by David LaChapelle. Talk to us about your memories of this.
I remember, oh my God, we loved that first Christina record. Genie in a Bottle. Me and my cousin would do the dance and Reflection. I mean, she was in the Mulan movie. We also loved us some Christina. And when Dirty came out, And it was that harsh departure. Oh, baby, my mom was like, you are not watching that. 'Cause
No.
it is a little, I mean, I don't think it's that crazy as an adult now, and again, different times. And like, we don't police women's bodies, all that good stuff. But I remember watching it on, and I already said, on AOL video. And I remember watching it for the first time, and when she dips low and you can like kind of see her butt. And I was like, but I remember thinking it was the fiercest thing I'd ever seen. I was like, go girl, you better work. This is like the epitome of fierceness. As a kid, I didn't think of it in like a bad way. I just thought she was so cool. Yeah, and just being an artist, and she was I mean, she is singing on that record too. I mean, that big run she does at the end. Oh my God. That was the stuff I latched onto as a kid. My mind was not seeing her in that way. I was just like, this is so cool. I remember thinking the choreography was so cool. And like when she comes down in the cage in the beginning, I just thought that was so, the little things that stick with you as a kid, like that just came flooding back to me. Isn't she on like a motorcycle too?
Yeah, she comes in on and takes her helmet off.
Yeah,
That's
she comes
exactly,
in,
yep.
yeah. I think it was at the end or the beginning.
Yep.
Oh, she's wearing the chaps, right? The leather chaps.
You really nailed it. It really did. I think Britney has her many iconic looks that people dress up as, but when I've seen people do Christina, it's usually the chaps. It's actually pretty much always the chaps, which is so iconic. That was the first time I ever saw like chaps. I remember.
I was like, what's this?
Yeah, I remember literally asking my mom, like, what is that? She's like, it's like Western wear, you know, because my grandpa always wore like a cowboy hat and boots, big Western guy. And I remember her literally saying, this is so crazy that this is coming to me right now. I remember her literally being like, baby, you know how like grandpa wears like cowboy hat and the cowboy boots? And I was like, yeah. She was like, well, chaps like cowboys also wear those. And I was like,
you're like, what?
They don't look like Christina Aguilera.
I'm pretty sure I've never told that story. And like that is literally coming to me fresh in my mind. I have not thought about that probably in years, but. And then she showed me like a picture of a cowboy or whatever. And we saw one. She was like, see, you can see under the jeans. And I was like, oh, that's a chap? Okay.
That's how we were all learning what chaps. I mean, we were all going through this some way or another at that time, right?
That happened like 2000, 2001. Yeah, it was like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, this is all it's funny. Life moves so slow when you're a kid. So like some of this stuff feels like I was pretty young for Spice Girls. But it blows my mind that they were only a band for 2 years. Because you couldn't tell me that they didn't take over the world for 20 years. And they were
my whole life.
Yeah. In 96?
97.
Yeah. Like, and then I remember when Jerry left. And again, I was very young. But as an adult, when I was like, oh, this was only a 2-year band. I mean,
crazy.
Their impact was much greater. We love that. But like, it's so crazy that all of this happened to get us back to the countdown.
Yeah.
That all of this happened in like a span, like 2000. We were just talking about 2000. Like that was like the VMAs. And then, you know, Dirty would have probably come out a little bit after that. Like, but as a kid, didn't it feel like it was so long?
Everything felt so impactful and so big.
Yes. And so far away. I always come back to like everything, like Brit always felt so far away, you know, in the best way. Like that was kind of like the celebrity love. It's so crazy again to like be around these people. And it's beautiful to realize, oh, people are just humans. They're just great. Alex is just Alex, you know?
Yeah. Just dad. Well, you mentioned Beyonce, and we're almost to Queen Bee. But first, we have to breeze through a song that I've never heard before in my life until this week. And it's Kid Rock's Bawada Daba.
That made me laugh. I kind of watched the video for a second.
What's it doing on this list?
I am so perplexed because, don't get me wrong, Kid Rock was a big artist at the time. I mean, I think we all can name a Kid Rock song. Picture, is that?
For sure. That's what I have, Picture.
I'm surprised, A, it's not that song, and like B, that he's even on the list. No shade, but maybe a little bit of shade.
I'm looking at our notes and Mary just says, guess what? I don't like it.
There is like no plot. That is my next note. There's no plot to the video. It doesn't make any sense. I'm over it. I think we should just talk about Beyonce.
You know what? I feel great about that. I don't want to say something stupid. Again, I think that the nice thing to say is Picture. It's a great song.
Yeah, Picture's a great song.
Is that Sheryl Crow with him?
Yeah, yes. Cheryl carried. She's so carried that.
Carried, bodied. A great song. I'm surprised it's not that. So anyway, moving on to the Queen.
Beyonce featuring Jay-Z, Crazy in Love.
Because I have so much to say.
Oh, please, lay it on me.
I will be brief as I can. Talk about another canon event of my life is seeing this music video for the first time. This is 2003. So we're a little bit older. Definitely have more, you know, grippable memories that I like maybe more than when I was, you know, 6 or 7. We loved Destiny's Child. So when she went solo and this was her first big one, I still obsess over that Versace dress that she's wearing, the orange and the purple in the end.
Straight off the runway.
Straight off the runway, fits her like a glove. When she's in front of the flashing cameras and she's like, again, ferocity at its finest. Or even when she is walking down the street and she gets down low, you couldn't tell me that there wasn't again, she was the epitome of womanhood. She was the epitome of what being a strong, beautiful female was. I just loved it so much. Also, her vocals are everything. Another fun fact, Carmine from the Pussycat Dolls is in this music video. Did y'all know that?
We love her.
Pod.
She's a guest of the pod. We love her so much.
Yeah,
You're in really good company, Matt. You're in really good company.
We're really on the same page here. That's crazy. Legend. How have I not talked about Pussycat Dolls? How are they not on this list? Buttons is one of my favorite songs of all time. I know that's kind of a crazy pull. But that music video is also a canon event for me. Again, you could not tell me that there was not a more beautiful representation of being a woman. I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. But yeah, Carmita's in this video and in Baby Boy. I didn't get that from Google. I remember being young and being like, Pussycat Dolls came out, which was a couple years later. I remember going back and watching and being like,
that redhead.
I know her.
Anyway, yeah, Crazy in Love is truly, I think, one of the greatest pop songs of all time, too. It hits. And when she does it live.
Okay, can we talk about how for Renaissance she brought back the iconic white tank top, the Prada tank, which, fun fact, it was covered in rhinestones, which I don't think came across with our lo-fi cameras back when this
in the video.
2003. It looks like a plain white tee, but no, that's a Prada tank top that is covered in rhinestones. So when she brought that look back for the Renaissance tour, I nearly fell off the loge. I was like, excuse me? And she was totally bedazzled.
I love her so much. She is my holy trinity is Whitney, Britney, Beyonce. And when I tell you, I never got to see Whitney live, I know. I saw Brit in Vegas. Never got to see any of the tours that I covet and that I've watched a million times.
Me
But
neither.
it is truly so special to I went to the Renaissance tour. And then for Cowboy Carter, I don't know what came over me, but when she came out, I mean, I cry every time, but I was sobbing. And I think I just was so moved because, I mean, I definitely got emotional seeing, Backstreet Boys. And I think a part of that was because I just have this, love for Alex. And I think it's just so amazing that we're still seeing them up there. But, for Beyonce, it's to see somebody that I grew up loving so much, still performing at such a high level is so special. And it's I just am moved by the art of it all. But also part of it is some sad tears. I'm I wish this could be Brit. If Brit did an Eras tour or if Brit was out here, doing the tour, it's this mixture of sad. And even Whitney, I'm I never got to see, some of them. And Michael, I never got to see Michael. We were saving up money to buy for that last tour for Michael. I remember my mom putting physical money aside because we were going to go see Michael. But I was just so moved by the artistic. And then, of course, what she was talking about in Cowboy Carter, it was just so beautiful. And yes, I'm saying all that to say it's the tribute back to it, the Prada tank top. I mean, I'm girl, I see the reference. And I am dying for her to release Act 3 or to talk about Act 3 or to tease us.
Did you see the Stevie post?
Yes. And they took down everything about Cowboy Carter on the website. I am
so excited.
When she brought them out of the Vegas show, I am, if and when it is rock, I'm going to sob 1,000 tears again. And be going broke, going to the tour, and to even land this plane. It kind of goes back to that healing the inner child. I think that's what also the emotion comes from. Is it's just this is just a beautiful thing for us to experience as adults. And I think the way we grew up and the time we grew up in, again, going back to even what we're talking about today, it's it was so impactful and so special. And I didn't get to go to those things. We didn't have the money to fly across the country to go see TRL or to even go see Brit and to go see Destiny's Child, It's so special. I think, again, what you guys do on this pod is so awesome because it's kind of all healing the inner child, right?
Oh,
Keeping that
That's
part
our
of us
goal.
alive.
Thank you. You're
we do all the
welcome to.
time.
Yes,
We do all the time.
Okay,
Especially when we talk about Britney, I cry. So,
Yeah. It's a very safe space.
even doing the why couldn't this be Brit? Makes me.
I don't know if I can take that right now.
But I at this point I'm just I want her to be safe and happy and healthy.
Yes.
She doesn't need a tour. She doesn't need to release music. I
Nope.
just want Mother to be okay and to be happy and chill. Whatever you want to do, sis.
Amen to that.
Amen.
All right. We have 3 left. We're going to fly through these so we can talk about your EP. Okay. So let's get these last 3 done. What's next, Kels?
All right. We have Yeah by Usher featuring Ludacris and Lil Jon.
Okay, you guys. This is another good one. I do remember this one. Like, I remember it like playing and just thinking it was the cool. I mean, we loved Usher too. Oh my God. Again, I want to say it's about Beyonce too. Another, like, simple is not the right word because nothing about these videos are simple. They're actually very, very intricate and very well done. But they're just so like, there's like 2 locations. He's like in the club dancing, right? And then he's like in front of strobe lights, which looks so cool. And again, took a lot of time and probably a lot of people to make happen. I have to admit, I looked this up and I didn't know this before. I didn't know Lil Jon was also, he like co-directed it.
I did not know that.
I think he is incredible. I had no idea. And like Usher, you know, kind of dressed himself. Like, again, we're kind of getting back to that. Like, you know, Usher was already a star at this point, but like, again, there's maybe a common through line here, like Brit's video, you know, these artists. I know Beyonce is so heavily involved. You know, she picked all of those outfits out herself for Crazy in Love. Like, when artists are just artisting, like,
love it.
That's when it's great. And he's like dance battling in it. And Ludacris. I love Ludacris.
He had some bangers.
And I think he's so handsome.
This was the middle school dance anthem.
That part. And you couldn't tell me this wasn't like the sexiest, coolest.
No.
Because it is.
Grinding in the cafeteria.
Yes.
Oh my God. Best memes.
This song, like, I remember this song playing, and this was a few years later when I was like in high school and like went to my first like high school party. Middle school, yes. But like, I remember the song still being in heavy rotation, like going to high school parties and being like, I'm so grown up. Like, I'm in the club. I was not in the club.
Hell yeah.
House, but like, I'm in the club.
I'm in the finished basement.
Yes, this is what the club is. Have you seen those TikToks of people who are like, the way I was set up to think that like Cheetah Girls were going to be playing in the club?
Like, I was though.
We were lied to. We were lied to.
Like the way that like if I went to not a themed night, not a like Y2K throwback night, if I'm in the club, you guys, I never really go to the club, but like
me neither.
I want to hear Cinderella.
Listen, well, Play's version.
Well, which version?
Play's version. I do love Cheetah Girls. I do love the Cheetah Girls version. Just gotta give it to me.
I know.
Play, because they...
Or like Hoku. Like, that is what I thought it would be like.
The burrito song. Okay.
Yes.
Perfect Day. Y'all,
oh my God.
Mamba.
Yes.
Manifesting. Samantha needs to be on the pod.
I know. Would love to speak to her.
That Samantha, Aaron Carter Disney concert they did. Canon event for me. I remember just thinking, again, same thing. I actually, again, in my collecting, I saw online and I ordered like this. Somebody had like the original press release for that. And it has like all this info about when it aired, the bios. It has like pictures. I'll have to send you a picture of it. I have some press releases for Brit too. I just love, that's the stuff I'm like, I eat it up. Give that to me. Like, that looks so cool and like needs to be preserved. I have dreams of like donating all of this to maybe the Britney Museum or the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, or like just preserving these things that are so easily lost to time, especially the farther away we get it from. I mean, we're talking 25 years ago now.
Bless you. Bless you.
Okay, who's next?
All right. Number 9, Blink-182, What's My Age Again? This is when they're running naked all through downtown LA. There's so much nudity in this video. I like this video. I think it's funny. It like pushes the envelope. Like, I get it. It's like edgy for boys or whatever, but like doesn't really belong on the top 10 of all time at TRL.
Again, I don't want to say anything crazy, but this is not the song that I thought would be for Blink-182. I love Blink-182, but I have to be so honest, y'all. I did not know this song. Did we collectively know this song?
I liked this song.
Oh, yeah.
I liked this song.
I'm being vulnerable on pod.
That's okay. It's okay. We love it. You're safe.
Vulnerable on pod is my new vocal stem. I'm being vulnerable on pod.
Put it on merch.
Yes.
We need to make some merch. Vulnerable on pod.
No, you did. You can take it. I will take it. No, I felt dumb when I listened to it. I was like, in my defense, it is like an early cut for them.
It's not their biggest song either.
It's not, it doesn't make sense.
They have bangers. I think because it's maybe a little provocative in a way.
Yeah.
It's so different for the time.
It was the shock factor for sure.
And I think it's a very well done video. I when I kind of looked it up and read some just quick fact checking on it or just reading about it. Like, again, another video that wasn't like a crazy concept. They didn't spend like a ton of money on it. Like, again, it's I don't want to like belittle any of these things. It's like, yes, a lot of money and time and people's effort went into it, but like a very kind of, again, easy concept. The boys are running around. I think it truly is the video treatment, which I think is cool. I also was like, are they really naked under there? They were not. Not that I found it really disappointed. I want them to be comfortable.
It would have been authentic.
Yeah. I wanted them to feel however they wanted to feel. That was not disappointment. We don't police bodies. I'm like, however you want to be. Love that. Okay, are we on the phone?
We're on number 10, Kels.
Oh my God, it's Hey Ya by Outkast. 2003.
Was thrilled when I saw this one on there because that is a great music video that I do remember. I loved Outkast. I mean, I still do. And I think the concept, like the Beatles reference of it all is super cool. And like Ryan being in the video, I was like, hello? I know that face. And also Andre 3000 playing the whole band. It just is so cool. Like, I'm such a sucker for like, okay, niche reference, might be a swing and a miss, but like, are we Stacey Orico people?
Yes, 1,000,000%.
There's got to be more to life.
Don't worry.
I was being vulnerable on pod. There's got to be more to life. We need to have like another day. Maybe we just do this as friends. Like when we rank our top 10, there's got to be more to life is in my top 10 of all time. That video
Agree.
is so good. Where she plays different people. Again, maybe I'm basic, maybe I don't know anything, but like to me, that is the like epitome of cool. I'm like, she plays like a different character and like, you know, all throughout
She's
the video.
now in an office.
Oh my God. And I remember just thinking again, that was another one I watched over and over again as a kid and just thought, again, this is the epitome of cool. How are they doing that? And I remember feeling that way about this video as a kid and seeing it. You know what's funny is I actually have a memory of watching this on AOL video as well.
Oh,
again, 2000.
Nobody frequented AOL.com more than Matt.
Listen,
this guy.
I remember when they stopped. I remember when they were like, we're not going to have a video element anymore. I was like, we're talking pre-YouTube. When did YouTube come out? Like 2005, 2006, maybe?
I think it was 2006, yeah.
Yeah, I just think about like where I was in time. And because I remember the early days of YouTube. And I think 2006, maybe 2005 sounds right. Again, everything low-key always comes back to Brit. But I remember going on the early days of YouTube and AOL video and watching, like somebody had uploaded like the Oops tour and the Dream Within a Dream tour. And that's where I would go on and watch. And I remember early on in the YouTube days, people would just go, I mean, again, there was no policing on YouTube back then. So we would just upload
whatever.
full movies, videos.
Okay, guys, I can confirm that the first YouTube video was uploaded April 23rd, 2005.
Wow. You called it. You nailed that.
I just felt correct because I was in middle school.
What year were you born, Matt?
I'm 92.
Oh my God, a baby. You're 1 year younger than us.
Oh, I love that. I thought we were all the same. We were young when some of this stuff, like
babies.
The fact that, Kelsey, you remember Spice Girls, I feel like we were so young. Again, and you know what? At that time,
I was a baby.
A year does make a difference. You know, the difference between 6 and 7 is a big jump.
I had an older sister, too, who heavily influenced me.
That's huge.
I had older cousins that definitely influenced. But yeah, I also think girls mature faster than boys. Some of the stuff I felt so young for. And I grew up in like a super small, like kind of conservative town too. So like y'all, when Britney did the Oops, did again VMAs, like the next day at school, like we were like not allowed to talk about her. Like that's how like small town. It was like, no, you cannot talk about that. She stripped on national television. I'm like, what?
She's still wearing clothes.
She is fully clothed.
She's fully clothed.
She's in pants. She's literally in pants.
She was wearing pants and sneakers.
A sneaker. That, you know, a girl loved her a sneaker.
A sensible shoe.
She really did, because she wasn't trying to die. She wasn't trying to fall.
A smart woman. Well, Matt, listen, we want to talk about you a little before we wrap up here. You have your new EP coming out May 8th, this Friday. It's called A Part of Me. You've been working on this for a while now. You've said that your sound is kind of Y2K country. Like, tell us a little bit more about what we can expect to hear on this EP.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, no, can we talk about TRL more? Like, me,
no, promo. You need to promo. Let's hear it.
Promo. No, we love promo. Yeah, I mean, it's funny. We're talking so much pop. And, you know, I just kind of said I grew up in a small conservative town. And so country music was huge too growing up. And I remember so vividly, it's funny, I keep using that phrase because we're talking about our childhood and the things that, you know, made us who we are and inspired us. And it is another canon event. The first time I heard Rascal Flatts, on the radio. Like I have the most vivid memory. We're in my mom's car and I just hear this voice and I was like, truthfully in a different way than like Brit or like the boys, like the Backstreet Boys, like the Carter Boys, NSYNC. For the first time, like a male voice, I was like, oh, I can do that. I can sing like that. I grew up singing in church, so I was already singing. I was singing from a very young age. And oh my God, his voice, it opened up my mind to like what I could do in a way. And I've always really loved country music. I just never saw a lane for myself in the genre. And yeah, like we already kind of mentioned, I cut my teeth for many years singing background vocals. I lived in LA for many years, did the YouTube thing, and finally made the jump to come out. I'd been going back and forth to Nashville to write because this is such a beautiful town for writing original music. And I think I was always scared of my own artistry. So I moved here, dove right into like, what am I as an artist? What do I want to sound like? And, just came back to like the roots of it all. And that's why I think my music does kind of blend this, Y2K with like the pop country that I love. I remember when Dan Shay came out, another huge inspiration for me. There are these boys who can sing high, who can have the big, belty notes and these big bombastic songs that I love. And that's why I was drawn to Don't Let Me Be the Last to Know, the Britney tune. I mean, I grew up loving that song. It's so funny. I was speaking with somebody the other day because I also have a show next week to, celebrate the release of the EP. And they were like, oh, like something about like practicing the songs. And I said, I've been practicing Don't Let Me Be the Last to Know for 6 years. Yes, my version is different. But like, it's
no practice needed.
No, but I love that song because, I mean, it was written by Shania Twain and Mutt Lange, her husband at the time, and her collaborator. I mean, they did all the Shania stuff together. And he's a legendary producer, songwriter. And it's funny, the story has always been a little, not different, but like back in the day, Brit said, oh, Shania Twain wrote me the song. And then later on, it was, some people said, oh, it was a Shania Twain song for her record Up. She was writing for at the time, and then Britney cut it. And actually on a podcast, Steve Lunt, who was the A&R of Jive, he was like, from what I remember 26, 27 years ago, a little of both is true. Britney heard the song. Britney was the biggest thing in the world. Shania was so gracious to, let Brit cut it. They flew out and recorded it in Mutt's studio, somewhere far away, not in the States.
Switzerland, maybe?
I think it was,
maybe?
I was going to say Switzerland. I know it wasn't Sweden. It was an S.
Yeah, I think it was Switzerland.
Yeah, Shania kept all her background vocals in there. And Mutt is singing a lot of it too. He has a beautiful voice. And I was working on songs I've been writing the last couple years, gearing up to release stuff. And again, this song has just always bounced around my brain. And I texted it to my producer. His name's Andrew Capra. And I was kind of joking. And I said, what would it sound like if we took this Y2K mega song and like made it the bombastic, like Rascal Flatts country ballad, the big ballad that I won't say it was written to be, but maybe get it back to its foundations a little bit, that Shania Twain and Mutt Lange of it all. Fully thinking my straight country music, not a big Britney fan, producer, and he's the sweetest and the best and the most talented, would be like, Matt, we're not doing that. But no, he called me, I think, and was like, we have to do this. I love Mutt Lange. Mutt Lange is my everything. I've never heard this song, but Matt, this would be amazing. And so it really was again, another healing inner child moment to like put this song in my own voice. And I wanted to tribute the original because it really is a love letter to Brit. And I wanted to tribute the original in any way I could. And one of the ways that came to mind was trying to get somebody legendary on the background vocals. And it's funny, I was in the studio, was texting Alex. I think Alex was playing Nashville. It was with Joey when they did their tour. And me and Andrew were in the studio, and he was like, he literally said, like, we should get somebody like legendary of the time to like sing backgrounds on this and kind of it needed that little lift. And again, the tribute of it all. And I like looked down and I was like, what if I asked AJ to do it? And he was like, okay, like, just going to ask a Backstreet Boy. And I said, well, I could. And it felt so insane to ask a legend to sing background vocals on my song. Of course, I did it in like a appropriate way. And of course,
literally like Kris Jenner, like, why don't you just call Taylor up?
No, yeah. And I was like, I feel crazy asking this because you are no one's background singer, but like I explained it in even like a more concise way than I did now. And Alex was like so down and was like, that's my favorite Brit song. And you guys, when I tell you being in the studio with him and watching him lay down these vocals was a masterclass in a way that I was not ready for. And at one point, I just turned to him and I said, it's like you've sung in a group your whole life. I mean, the harmonies were just coming. He was ready. He was like, what if we did this here? And what if you add this? You have to have this part now. And it was just so rewarding and fun. And that, to me, like, that's, music can vomit by so many other things. And I always try, and again, maybe it's that inner child in me that I'm always trying to get back to the fun and like the joy of why we're doing this and the collaboration. And it was so inspiring. And then like hearing it too, like his voice was just so perfect for like that tone, that texture. And I'm so, so grateful for it. And I think, again, to kind of land the plane again, it really is like the perfect blend of what I love, the Y2K, the pop country. And I think that you see that on the whole album, even the other songs that were, co-written with Tori. And there is this kind of, fun throwback, pop country, big vocals, background vocals. It's been a journey, this music industry is a tough one. I'm so grateful for it. The title of Part of Me is a lyric from the song Here For It. Like, it really does feel like this part of me, even for everything I just mentioned, And I can't believe it's going to be out finally. I have a very raw song on there about my dad. It's an exciting time, and I'm just grateful for the opportunity to yap about it. So,
well, Matt, we're so excited for you. We're so proud of you. Listeners, A Part of Me comes out May 8th, this Friday. Make sure you're pre-saving. We got a sneak peek of Memo, which Matt wrote with Tori Kelly, and that is a bop and a half, and he's been teasing it on his Instagram, and I can't wait for all the rest of you to hear it. We're so excited for you.
No, thank you all for having me. Y'all are we could have been here all day yapping.
I know.
Best.
That is the best.
So thank you for having me. Seriously, this was so great.
Okay, that was our conversation with Matt. What a sweetie.
I love him so much. We literally just swap voice notes all day and talk about like play and pop, and he's a delight.
I am so excited to hear his music. He sampled a little bitty bit of Don't Let Me Be the Last to Know on Instagram. You can hear it. And oh my God, it's so cinematic.
I know. So excited. He has such a beautiful voice. We are Matt Bloyd stans here. Hopefully we can see him at the Sphere one day. What a lovely human. So thrilled we were able to talk to him. Make sure to check out all his stuff. If you're in Nashville, check out his events.
Tell us all of your TRL memories. Like, do you agree with our assessment of these top 10 videos? Do you agree WTF is Kid Rock doing in there? Like, let us know. DM us at When They Popped Pod. Make sure you're following us there on Instagram and TikTok. And tell us what you want to hear next. And make sure to go follow Matt. His socials will be linked in the episode description. Thanks so much for listening. We appreciate you all so much.
Bye.